Folks, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Diecast competition series. We have 64 competitors remaining in the April competition and 3 rounds left to run to see who wins this competition. I'm going to stop stalling. Let's get straight into the racing. Race 1, from right to left, contains pullback, fins, bronze, and Outlander. Fins begins in the lead. Outlander draws next to him. The middle lanes bounces. Outlander and Fins pull to the lead. They're side by side. Outlander will pull away to grab the victory. Outlander having one of his best competitions in a long time. I think last time he made it this far to round 3 is like maybe 2021, possibly 2022. Yeah, it's been a while, so a great run there. A heartbreaker there for Fins, though. Bounced coming through the transition. That mistake cost him just too much speed. Finish. Christopher, Ream, and One-Liner race next. It's an even start. It looks like Ream a bit in the lead. Wobbles, bounces up on 2 wheels. Finish was on the side of the track. Now he straightens up. Christopher will get the lead and the win. Christopher was probably third coming through the transition, but the top 2 in both Finish and Ream bounced and Wobbles made massive mistakes, and he just capitalized. In the case of Ream, he was able to recover to second place, but Finish getting up on the side of the track there will drop him to 4th. High Point, Tire Pros, Skyline, and M3. Tire Pros begins in the lead, though quickly gets swallowed up. Now Wobbles on the side of the track as High Point drives to the lead, close with M3, but High Point will hold on. For a moment, I thought High Point was just going to drive away from the pack. He didn't, though. He kind of fell into the clutches of the pack. And then for a moment, I thought my round 1 prediction of M3 winning this competition after collapsing to start the year was going to come true. It does not, though, so M3's victorious competition ends here. But finally, he advanced to round 2. He had a great run here. Hopefully he can do that again in the next rounds. High Point drives on to the next round. Spikes, Star, Rifle, and White race next. It's an even start. White beginning to pull ahead now, but Wobbles, so does Rifle and Star. They're 4 wide coming to the line. It's close between White and Rifle. And I have no idea who just took the victory. Maybe Rifle. Yes, Rifle will claim the win. Just mere inches ahead of White. White had the lead coming through the transition. Had it even before the transition. And then wobbled. I mean, so did Rifle. I think Spikes might have been the only competitor who didn't wobble. But they all wobbled. Lost speed. I guess White lost the most speed. She falls to second. A tough finish there. Rifle capitalizes on White's mistake and advances to round 3. Dual Fueler and rookies Ziegler, Drone, and Miller race next. It's in very even start. Dual Fueler maybe edging ahead. Ziegler on the side of the track, now into Dual Fueler. And it's close at the front. It looked like Drone got it ahead of Miller. Ziegler off the track got into Dual Fueler. They will fall to 3rd and 4th respectively. I doubt Dual Fueler is very happy with that, as he was leading, or at least tied with leading, I believe, with Drone and Miller there at the front of the pack. He's not going to confront him at all, at least not on camera, probably because Ziegler's a rookie, so probably giving him a pass here. Drone, I did not see this coming, him getting to the next round. This is a great run for him. He advances to round 3. Toyota 156. Purple and Sprint race next. It's an even start. It looks like Purple now way in the lead, but bounces. Now she flips upside down mid-pack. 156 is off the track as Sprint crosses the line. Toyota not too far behind in second. And we have a double DNF in race 6 of round 2. 156, furthest behind, will be placed in last. He had a tire off the track. Purple was leading, had the best opportunity to advance to round 3, made a mistake coming through the transition and flipped. She will come home in third. Sprint capitalizes on both of their mistakes and wins his way to round 3. Rookie X-Train, T-Rex Destroyer, Stunts, and Lego race next. And it's a very even start. I have no idea who's ahead. There's no wobble through the transition. They're all clean. Lego begins to fall behind. And it's very close as the top 3 crosses the line. And it's going to be Stunts with the victory. That was unbelievably close. Between Stunts, T-Rex Destroyer, and X-Train, Lego decided to back out of it, said, I don't want any part of this. Stunts takes home the victory. Very late in that race, I noticed that X-Train bounced off the wall a little bit, wobbled, so that's probably why he comes home in third. T-Rex Destroyer in second, but it's not enough, as Stunts wins and advances to round 3. Fastenal, Blitz, Rookie Wallace, and Dodge race next. It's an even start. Blitz and Dodge beginning to pull ahead. The rookie bounces up on 2 wheels on the side of the track. Blitz will drive to an easy victory. Dodge in second. The NASCARs in third and fourth. Blitz continuing to show her speed from the first round of this competition. Was unbelievably fast in that one. And she just increased her speed. Increased the gap between her other competitors. Last time it was barely a car length. This time it was a little over a car length. And competitors are starting to get tougher. They're starting to get faster, starting to get stronger. Blitz is having an incredible run here. Would not be surprised if she makes it to the Final Four. Predictions coming up later. Sneakily having a pretty solid season. Comes home in second. I mentioned the NASCAR third and fourth, the rookie, the best out of the 2 of them. Blitz handily advances to round 3. Velvet, Mach, Sprinter, and Roadster race next. Lanes 2 and 4, that's Mach and Roadster, are both rookies. And lane number 3 is Sprinter. He is the only New Yorker to have advanced to round 2. Of course, we're thinking about the New Yorkers tournament here. This is going to help him out a lot in points. And it's an even start. Roadster begins to pull ahead. Sprinter way in the air. Mach on top of Velvet. They're coming to the line. Roadster will get the win. Mach will somehow hold on for second. Somehow is the right way to put that. Mach was way in the air, landed on top of Velvet, and somehow saved it. He had a worse bounce than Sprinter, who comes home in fourth in this one. More on him in a moment. But Mach had a worse bounce than Sprinter and still finished second. That is just showing his speed, how fast he is. Unfortunately, though, he was going up against someone who's already won this year. Roadster, of course, won the February competition, so it was going to be very, very hard to beat him. Back to Sprinter, the only New Yorker to have advanced to round 2. A 4th place is a little disappointing, but this was still a great competition, a great points run for him. He's going to gain a lot. Roadster advances to round 3. Jordan, Speeder, Gibbs, and Rookie Mountain race next. And it's an even start, don't know who's ahead. Gibbs wobbles through the transition. They're still 4 wide coming to the line. It's very close. It could have been Mountain. It might have been Speeder. It's gonna be Speeder. Speeder will get the victory, advancing to round 3, just barely over the rookie of Mountain. Gibbs wobbled through the transition, will gather it up enough to come home in 3rd. Speeder, the only non-NASCAR in this race, wins and advances to round 3. Next up, we have a very stacked race. We have Splitter, 222, Proto, and Chomps. And it's a very even start. Proto beginning to fall behind. Now bounces way in the air. Chomps was sideways as well. But he's gathered it up and will beat. It looks like Splitter to the line. It's going to be 222. Chomps beats 222 to the finish line. Just barely. I mentioned it was a stacked group. Chomps has been top 4 this year. 222's been top 4 this year. Splitter won on the sister track to this one, and Proto is a very competitive competitor. Chomps comes out on top of them all. Rookie, Stingray, Baseline, Comscope, and Voltage race next. It's a very even start. Stingray maybe edging behind. Comscope in the air. Now falls way behind. Stingray to the front. It's very, very close at the line. Who won? Baseline will beat Stingray. That is unbelievable. Stingray, an absolute monster on this track, has always made it to round 3. Will not today, as Baseline denies her. Baseline has had a rough start to the year. He gets the victory here over the rookie. He also finally beats Voltage as well. Lost to Voltage in the All-Star New Year's tournament, and lost to Voltage in round 1 of the first competition this year. Baseline beats everyone and advances to round 3. Patriot, Hendrick, Confetti, and 3 race next. And it looks to be 3 with a slight lead. Hendrick in the air on the side of the track as 3 just drives away from her competitors and grabs an easy win. I mentioned in round number 1 that 3's race looked very similar to Blitz's from that same round, and it continues into round 2. 3, I think, also had a bigger gap here to her competitors, having an incredible competition. Hasn't shown this type of speed since 2021. The only non-NASCAR in this race easily advances to round 3. Rookie, Elliott, GM, Future, and Motosaurus race next. And it's a very even start. It looks like Elliott may be in the lead. GM way in the air. Now flips upside down as Elliott pulls away to the win. The battle was really for second place. It looks like Future will get that. And GM upside down will slide and bounce off his finish line piece, and therefore DNF. That is a rough finish here for GM. Had the speed to possibly contend for this victory. Just made a mistake, flipped, and finished last. Future, don't know exactly what happened to her. I was expecting her to have a lot more speed in this race, but just fell back after the transition. And Elliott, the younger brother to Splitter, gets the victory and advances to round 3. Second to last race of round number 1 contains Gamera, Polar, Demon, and Sunny. Polar in lane 2 and Sunny in lane 4 are rookies. And it's an even start. Sunny beginning to fall behind. Polar bounces and begins to draw even with Demon. Demon will be able to hold on, though, and get the victory. Polar so close, yet had a bit of a slow start and then bounced through the transition, putting him just a little too far behind to beat Demon, who won the March competition earlier and moves on to round 3 here. He was 4th in points coming into this competition, with Pursuit out in round 1, Stingray just eliminated, and Comic, your points leader, out in round 1. I think Demon will be your points leader after this competition. Final race of round number 2 contains Emerald, Virtual, Kohler, and Diablo. And it looks to be Diablo and Emerald edging ahead early. Virtual way in the air. Kohler on the side of the track. Emerald off the track, falling back. It's close at the line. It looked like Diablo will claim the win. And he will. And what's very impressive about that race is Virtual got way sideways coming through the transition and still nearly won the race. Diablo made no mistake. Emerald, though, unfortunately, will DNF this race about halfway down the track. With Diablo moving on, that is 16 competitors advancing to the next round. Here are your results. And in just a moment, I'm going to go through each and every single race here and tell you who my picks are. I will tell you this now. I have been thinking about this entire round. I think I'm ready. So race number 1 is a very, very difficult pick. I like everyone in this one, but I think it's going to come down to the NASCARs, specifically the next gen NASCARs. So that takes out High Point. Oh, it's very, very close. I'm going to go Christopher. With this one, I'm going to go Christopher. I think Rifle will be close, but I'm a little more confident in Christopher with this one. I don't know why. I like them both, but I got to pick one. I'm going to go Christopher there. Race 2, I've been saying it since round number 1. I'm going to go Blitz. She's been incredible. The margin of victory has increased with each race, each round. She's been unbelievably impressive, so I'm going to pick her. Race 3 is extremely difficult. I like both Roadster and Chomps. They've been in the Final 4 before. Oh, I want to go Chomps. Who did Chomps go up against in his round 4 competition? I believe Chomps was in the round 4 in February. Of course, Roadster is the winner of February. I am going to pick Roadster in this race. I want to go Chomps, but I think he's been beat out by Roadster before. And then race 4 is extremely difficult. No offense to Diablo, but I don't think he's going back to back. Call me crazy, but I think it's between 3 and Demon. You know what? I don't have enough fun with these picks. I'm gonna pick 3. I'm gonna pick 3 to win. I think Demon has one of the better chances. Actually, I think Demon has the better chance, and he's probably going to be the one advancing, but I want to have some fun here. Just like Blitz, 3's margin of victory has increased each race, each round she's competed in, and so I'm going to pick her. So from race 1 to race 4, I've got Christopher, Blitz, Roadster, and 3. I'm pretty confident on at least 2 of these picks. I think one of my picks are just way too out there, and I think my first pick has someone else who I think could easily get the win as well. Luckily, we don't have to wait too long to find out if my picks are correct. let's get into round 3. Race 1 of round 3 contains Outlander, Christopher, High Point, and Rifle. Who is the first to advance to the final 4? And it's an even start. It looks like Outlander in the lead. He bounces big on the side of the wall. Maybe hits Christopher. And Rifle will beat High Point at the line. Outlander will stall out mid-track. And my second pick of race 1 of Rifle will advance to the final 4. My actual pick of Christopher will fall to third. I believe he got hit by Outlander, so you can't blame me. Blame Outlander for my pick finishing in third. Rifle is the first to advance to the final 4. 1 down, 3 to go. Sprint, Rookie, Drone, Stunts, and Blitz race next. Who is the second competitor to the final 4? And it looks like Blitz beginning to pull ahead. Wobbles as Stunts is in the air. It looked like Drone was sideways as well. And Blitz will get an easy victory. That's 3 races and 3 easy victories for Blitz in the April competition. She advances to the final 4, joining Rifle, beating out the Rookie of Drone. We're halfway to the final 4. We've got the Rookie of Roadster, Speeder, Chomps, and Baseline up next. And it's an even start. It looks like Chomps maybe in the lead, bounces Speeder off the track as Roadster and Chomps battle for the front. It's very close across the line. It looks like Roadster beat Chomps. Speeder will stall out before the finished piece, so he will DNF. But Roadster will get the victory. Chomps was a lot closer, and Baseline for that matter, were a lot closer to Roadster than I was expecting. But Roadster, the February competition winner, puts herself in the final 4 with a chance to score her second career win. Final race of round number 3. 1 competitor remains to enter the final 4. We have 3. Rookie, Elliot, Demon, and Diablo up next. And it's an even start. It looks like Diablo in the lead. The wobbles a little bit as Elliot's in the lead. Demon and 3 are close, but Elliot will claim the victory. Elliot comes out of the middle of nowhere and steals the win from Demon and 3. I did not see him coming to get the win. I could have sworn it was going to be Demon, and I felt like 3 was going to be second. I did not think the Rookie of Elliot was going to get the win. Looking at the results of this round, we have Rifle, Blitz, Roadster, and Elliot. The combined total career wins of this group is 8. Only 1 has won this season, and that's Roadster. So we still have a chance to go 5 for 5. We'll be back in just a second to introduce to you your final 4. Folks, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the April competition. We have set our final 4 and have at least 2 races left in this competition. I hope you're ready to meet your final 4, because I'm ready to introduce them. Starting in lane number 1, it's Rifle. He's the only NASCAR in the final 4 in this competition, and he is the 3rd NASCAR in the final 4 this season. All of them coming in a row. No matter what happens in this competition, this will be his best career finish. He's looking for his first career win. Starting in lane number 2, it's Blitz. Her last career win was the 2023 graduation competition that happened in June. She's been to the Final Four 5 times since then. 4 of those have been second places. She's looking for her 8th career win. Starting in lane number 3, it's Roadster. He is one of 2 rookies in the Final Four in this competition, but unlike the other rookie we're going to talk about in a moment, Roadster has won in the Diecast competition series. He won the February competition earlier this year, looking for win number 2 and to increase his spot in the rookie standings. Before this competition, he was 8th. He's hoping to get closer to 1st. And starting in lane number 4, it's Elliot. Elliot is the younger brother to Splitter, who won on the sister track of this one way back in 2020. Elliot currently sits 19th in the rookie point standings. He's looking for his first career win and to better that stat. There are some great competitors in the Final Four in this one, looking for wins, looking to break a winless streak or win their first competition. Now, as competitors begin to line up at the start line, how do you win a Diecast competition series competition? Competitors will line up in lanes 1 through 4 as mentioned and race down the track. The finishing orders will be noted. They'll swap lanes and race again. If a competitor wins 2 in a row, they will win the competition. If not, we will keep going until after 4 races, we'll drop the lower 2 competitors and keep going. There is a very low possibility we get there. We did begin this season with a full 9 race stretch in the All-Star New Year's tournament, but since then, every single competition has ended in just 2 races. Now that drivers are lined up at the start line, it is time to crown an April competition winner. Drivers lined up at the start line, prepped and ready to go. A reminder of the lineup from right to left. We have Rifle, Blitz, Roadster, and Elliot, who claims the advantage after race 1. And it's an even start. It looks like Elliot slightly in the lead. They wobble through the transition. Rifle falling behind. Elliot has the lead and will claim the race 1 win. Elliot will claim the race 1 advantage over Roadster. Can Elliot do what his older brother did back in September of 2020? Can Elliot score his first career win in this competition? Well, he's got to do what he just did one more time. Drivers have swapped lanes. The new lineup is Elliot, Rifle, Blitz, and Roadster. Elliot in lane 1 has the advantage. If Elliot doesn't win this race, we keep going. It's an even start. It looks like Elliot has the lead again. Blitz way in the air on top of Rifle. Now she straightens out as Elliot crosses the line and becomes the 30th different winner in the Diecast competition series. Rifle in 4th. Blitz somehow saves it to finish 3rd. Roadster in 2nd. It's Elliot with the victory. It's his first career win, and I mentioned it, he is the 30th different winner of the Diecast competition series. He is just 1 spot behind Roadster. Roadster is, of course, 29th. Elliott is now 30th. And he had a very clean, but a very quiet competition. I did not have him on my radar to win this competition, but Elliott, unlike Splitter, his older brother, back in 2020, who was a clear favorite for every competition, Elliott was quiet. And maybe we should have seen him coming. Saw him beat so many competitive guys. And then we saw him beat the defending series champion of Demon to get to this final round. An incredible drive by Elliott, who wins the April competition. Taking a look at the point standing. Oh, holy shit, we have a tie. Folks, ladies and gentle cars, we have a tie for the points lead. Comic has it. Demon wants it. They're both tied at 1,204 points. This is the first time we have ever had a tie for the points lead. Comic is currently shown as the points leader because he was furthest ahead. He had it. Demon's coming up from the bottom. If we end this season with a tie in points, the tiebreaker will go to whoever has the best lowest finish. Currently, that is also Comic, actually. He has a worst finish of, I believe, 181. Demon has a worst finish of, I believe, 150. And that's where he started the year. So this is your top 25. You can see your top 18 is in 1000s. Dodge currently in 25th. A great season for him. I noted earlier he's had a quiet season. 25th is pretty good. Chomps in 12th. You see Roadster up to 13th. He is also up to 5th in the rookie standings. So a great competition, a great run here for Roadster. Diablo, you see there in 10th. You can see the cut line here at 10th. We are not going to scrutinize this until after the mid-season tournament, which is mid-July. But just adding it there just for a visual on around 10th place. Currently, Diablo inside the top 10. The Bug, the first competitor, looking out. A couple of notable positions. Elliott climbs his way from, I believe, 60th to 35th. You see Blitz just ahead of him in 34th. And he climbs from 19th to 11th in the rookie series standings. So a great run there for Elliott, as that concludes not just the April competition, but 2025 April as a whole. This has been a wild month for Diecast Competition Series Racing. So yes, that will do it. The next competition we run is going to be the May competition. It is hard to believe it is already time for May. This season is going by very, very quickly. If you don't want to miss it, don't want to miss the rest of this season, don't want to miss that competition or any other of our uploads, hit the subscribe button, comment down below what you thought of this competition, and if you think we'll go 6 for 6 of winners, we have gone 5 for 5. Can we go 6 for 6? The furthest this has gone is technically 2020, where we went 10 for 10. There were manufacturer competitions involved in that, though, where many competitors weren't actually competing in the same races as each other. So, really, 2025 has truly set a record. This has been crazy. Congratulations to Elliott, and until next time, my name is Farkle8000, and we'll see you later.